I play video games, but I have a MacBook Pro. And now this is a MacBook Pro 2012. I built it so I could do everything on it since it's the only computer I have. For a while, it did very well with gaming since I changed the standard RAM for about 16 gigabytes total. Unfortunately though, one day I bought XCOM 2 and opened it up. However, it did not run because the GPU on Macs are already bad, but it's even worse on a 13-inch 2012 MacBook Pro. I refunded XCOM 2 and bought other games. Now I'm able to play XCOM 2 and other games at max settings. I saw YouTube videos about a service called GeForce Now, so I entered the waitlist for about 25 days, which is the first problem with GeForce, but after some patience I got in. From now on, keep in mind GeForce Now is completely free as of now. In my opinion, GeForce Now is an absolute lifesaver for anyone who wants to game on a Mac or crappy Windows computer. I will be listing issues with GeForce, but I highly recommend it. For all I know, these issues could be affecting only my experience. I got the email saying I was in the program on February 28th and downloaded the app immediately. Opened it up, and after playing for around a bit, downloaded my first game as a test, Fallout New Vegas. One of the best things I can say about GeForce is the app itself. When you download games, they go into your library and you can easily open them up with one click. In the past, when I wanted to play a Windows game, I had to reboot my computer in Windows using Boot Camp, and then I'd have to open up new tabs on Chrome and open up the game itself afterwards. I played Windows games a lot less because of the switch I had to make. One problem is when opening unsupported games, full screen can be weird, and unsupported games do not go in your library, so you'll have to open Manage Steam on GeForce. GeForce Now has a lot of supported games, so you should not have any problems. Games that are not supported are usually older games that should run okay on a bad computer. When I verified things were working, I downloaded the first game I would actually play, Path of Exile. I was impressed when I first opened it up because I could play everything at max settings. Unfortunately, GeForce Now cannot make the resolution of your computer better. While playing, response times were instant, so I couldn't really see much of a difference from playing a game on your own computer. Recently, while playing games, I did notice there was some slight response delay for half a minute, and it felt like the FPS dropped. However, I only experienced that once so far. On worse Wi-Fi, I did notice some lag, but that was only at startup as the menu seemed fine afterwards. However, I can only say this with about 10 minutes of testing on a worse Wi-Fi. If you're playing for long sessions, keep in mind you will be booted out after 4 hours, but you can just reopen the game. Also, if you're AFK for a few minutes, that too will boot you out, so save games before going AFK just in case. After playing for some time on Path of Exile, the screen got blurry for a few seconds. I checked my settings, but things seemed fine. It happened maybe twice throughout a few hours of total playing, so I assumed it was a problem with the game itself rather than GeForce Now. However, when playing XCOM 2, it has happened again a few times, so it is most likely a problem with GeForce Now. This rarely happens, but it will make playing a bit blurrier for about 30 seconds, but after that it will go back to max settings without issue. You can still see what's going on when it turns blurry, so in-game performance shouldn't waver, it's just an annoying issue. One issue I had with XCOM 2 in particular is modding. I tried installing mods, but you have to uninstall the game and reinstall to apply the mods, and when you close out of the game and then reopen it, mods are gone. If you wish to play a game modded on GeForce, I don't suggest playing that game just for the mods. One really nice thing is that when uninstalling the game and reinstalling the game, saves carry over. GeForce Now seems to keep game saves on top of Steam, so as long as you stick to GeForce Now, your saves will be in good hands. Unfortunately, when I mean sticking to GeForce, as of now, that is your only option. You cannot access files on GeForce Now, nor can you extract or put in files onto the virtual system. I first realized this when trying to get a loot filter for Path of Exile. So, for now, your saves will only be on GeForce unless Steam carries them over to a separate computer. Even worse, however, if you copy something on your Mac, your clipboard does not carry over, meaning you cannot paste it in a GeForce game. This means if you were like me and trying to buy an item on Path of Exile, you actually have to type out the buying statement, which takes forever. The final problem I had is that the max volume down and up are also the F11 and F12 function keys. Those two correspond to enter/exit full screen and screenshot for Steam. The amount of times I entered and exited full screen because I wanted to lower the music I was playing was very annoying. If you wish to not lose screenshots in the sea you will create just by turning the volume up, just use Shift Command 3 on a Mac to screenshot the whole screen. You will be unable to screenshot certain parts of the screen with Shift Command 4. That, however, is the end of the issues I had with GeForce. Overall, I have played a few hours of Path of Exile and played around 15 to 20 hours of XCOM 2, and I've had a blast. The graphics as well as the in-game load times are absolutely amazing. I mentioned the issues I have because I want GeForce to get better. Not only do I think it's good in the state it is, I see that with some tweaking can be the best go-to option for gamers who cannot run certain games on their computer. And to reiterate, it's free. As long as you're willing to wait for it, GeForce Now is free and I plan to continue using it.